Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the Maker's Cave, and today we're going to continue our build of Agora's model ladder truck number 9 from the Fire Department of New York. This will be pack 4. This will be stages 26 through 30. I did 24 and 25 in an earlier build, so be sure to go and check that out. These are all short stages, but they look like they're really going to be fun, and it's going to be interesting what we end up with in the end. I'll put a link below to any of the supplies and tools that I used here, and more importantly, I'll put a link to Agora where you can get this build, which I highly recommend because it is a fun build. And although there are a lot of pieces, I would certainly recommend this as a first-time build for somebody doing a part work for the first time. So, as always, I'm going to bring you guys forward. We're going to play all the pieces out, and we'll get started. We're going to be doing issue 26. And as you can see from this rumpled bag, something is amiss because all of the parts are out. And that's because I forgot to push record when I started to do this. So there wasn't much to this issue. The only thing in here was this outrigger, 2 B screws, and this fireman's pole right here. And a small light, which is 2 pieces. Let's see if we can get a better angle for you here. There is a small lens that fits into this silver frame here, the spotlight frame. So this clear lens goes into this silver frame right here, and then this whole unit, you just use a little bit of super glue to hold the lens in, and then this whole unit just gets attached to the outrigger. There's a hole right under here, and on the back right here, you can see a little silver spot right there. I put a little bit of super glue to hold the whole thing in place so it doesn't go anywhere. So that just leaves us with the fireman's pole and these 2 B screws. And what they want us to do is bring back this midsection right here that we did in a previous build. And right on the side here, right here, see there's a hole up there, there's a hole down here, and that what that does, that matches up with the outrigger right here. Oops. So that just goes on just like this, and then you use and attach this with a B screw. Now once you have this screw in, you need to extend the outrigger, and as you can see right in there, there's another hole where the other B screw goes. So now the outrigger is attached to this midsection. Pretty cool functioning outrigger. As you can see, the outrigger goes all the way down. So now that piece is all sectioned, and that's all it really is to issue 26. You do have this fireman's pole, I keep saying that, fireman's pole, which is left over, so we'll put this aside someplace safe, and then we'll start on the next issue. So, okay, so what we'll do is we'll get all the parts out for stage 22nd stage, for issue 27 of pack 4. We'll get all these parts nulled out. Here's all the pieces for issue 27. Looks like we're going to be doing some more cabinet work, and there's some diamond plate right here. What I want to bring your attention to are these parts right here that are included in some of the bags. They are very, if you can look compared to the tip of my screwdriver, these are very small parts, so you want to be careful not to lose them. And by telling you that, I need to be careful of that myself. Do not lose these. So let's see what our first step is here. The first step for stage 27 is we're going to be taking this control panel and fitting it into this cabinet right here. And they say you just simply place it into here and press fit it. There are 2 holes in the back. As you can hear, it snapped right into place. So that is done. Next thing, we're going to be doing some door work. So I'm going to put this aside over here. And we're going to take the door right here and the inside cover of the door. So you align the hinge part like this. You align the inner cab with this little square that's right here, up here, and then it goes onto here. I'm going to dry fit it. And then what we'll do is we'll put some glue on there to hold it into place. They say to use a toothpick to put it on there. You can do that. I put it on the way you just saw me because I have seen before that putting it on with a toothpick doesn't quite put enough on there to secure it. And we'll just hold that there for a few seconds. Now that we have this inner door attached to the outer door, we turn it over like this, and there's a little indentation right here, and take this little tiny little door handle, which the post on the back is D-shaped, so it'll only fit in this hole one way, and we're going to put it into here. Now for this I am going to use a toothpick and some super glue. And there's the door handle in the door. So now we have a completed door, we have a completed cabinet. Let's see what's next. Now they basically want us to put the door on this cabinet. As you can see, there's a small recess here with the 3 pins. So they want us to put super glue right along here, which is what we're going to do. And then we'll just fit the door on here. What we'll do is we'll just hold this into place for a little while until the super glue fits, or hold this in place for a little while until the super glue dries. Now we have an operating cabinet door. So now we have one operating outrigger, one cabinet door. Let's see what's next. On this midsection right here, we're going to bring back, you can see there's a small recess right here. So guess what? That cabinet is going to fit right into there. And it is a press fit. It should not need, making sure the stripes are up. It says it should not need any kind of super glue. So we're just going to push that right in there. And it is a very snug fit. As you can see, we can open the door up. Let's see what's next. So this diamond plate comes right with it. An oriented body section like this, the midsection, and it's going to go right onto here. And there are orientation lugs on the back, so you can only put this in one particular way. And they say just to push this into place. So now that diamond plate piece is in there. So let's see what's next. So this pole bracket that came with this issue is going to go right onto here. Underneath there are 2 lug positions, so you can put that in there. So I'm going to put some glue on those 2 holes right now. As you can see, there's the bracket all in place. Right down here there are 2 more holes, and that is where the second bracket will go. And there's the second bracket in place. Now we're looking at the second bracket we just put in. You notice there are 2 holes right here. They are D-shaped. They are the 2 single pike pole clamps, and they're going to fit right into there. So once again, let's put some super glue in that hole. There's one in. So right here is where that second hook, this one like this second pike pole clamp or holder was supposed to fit right there.
As you may have seen in the last clip, I lost this. And this brought me to a revelation that I knew I was going to have trouble putting this in here, because even though this is shaped like a D and the post on the bottom is shaped like a D, they're just too small to absolutely match together. And everything in my history and my skill set told me that I should just take this hole and I should open it up and make it wider and just let super glue hold it in here. And I didn't. I applied the super glue and I tried to force it in here. It wouldn't fit. I should have stopped. I should have opened the hole up. So from now on, when I have a hole this small that something's got to fit into, I am just going to open this up and super glue the particular part into place without relying on that D shape to match it up. Because once you make this D hole and then you add some paint to it, the hole shrinks. I should have known better. That's my own fault. Learn from my mistake. So continuing on, now we have this little piece right here. Which is a dual holder. Unlike these being a single, this is a dual. And it's going to go right in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is, just like I said, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. And I am just going to open that right up. I'm going to dry fit the piece in here. So I dry fit it in here. Fits in good. So now I'm just going to put some super glue on there to hold it into place. Now that dual holder is in there. That dual pole holder is in there. So now we're actually going to take the pike pole and we're going to put it in there. So it goes in and snaps right in there. Pretty cool. There's the top view with the pole in place. That pretty much completes this stage. So now we got the outrigger, we got the pole into place, we got the clamps into place. We got a cabinet. Where's it at? We got a cabinet into place. So now on to the next stage. Now we'll do stage 28. Let's get all the pieces set out. So here's issue 28. We're going to be doing another outrigger. We have 3 B screws. We have another spotlight frame right here. And if you can see, we have another clear lens right here. Now we're going to start by putting this clear lens into this frame right here. And we start off by taking the frame right here. What we're going to do is we're going to add some super glue to it. And we're going to put the lens right in here. So now that lens is in there. And much like before, there's this hole right here. And this is going to fit right into here. Actually, I'm going to swing this outrigger down to give me some more room to work. There seems to be some flashing in that hole. So I'm just going to remove that a little bit. And just to secure that into place, I'm going to flip this over right behind here. And right here is the post. I'm just going to add a little bit of super glue right down in there. So now the outrigger spotlight is in place. Now, much like before, we're going to bring back that midsection that we had before. And right opposite this outrigger we did before, this one's going to fit on here. And it's going to get held in with a B screw. And then just like before, down in, let's see how you can see here. down into here, there's another hole for the other B screw. And now that outrigger is held into there as well. Now we have 2 functioning outriggers. They want us to go get the turntable base that we did back in stage 24. And that's actually going to sit right on top of here, where we just put these 2 B screws for the outriggers. There is a registration pole right here, so you really can't put this on the wrong way. And it just fits onto the roof just like that. If we flip it over, there are 2 holes right. Whoop, there are 2 holes right here and here, and they both get a Type B screw. So now the turntable base is in, much like before, they want to take the other pike pole that was included with this stage or this issue, and we just push it into there. Now both poles are in there. Set this aside and we'll start the next issue. So here we have issue 29, and it's a heavy piece, so I don't know what is quite in here, but let's go find out. So this is a solid block of metal. I'm assuming it must be maybe aluminum or die-cast metal, I would assume it is. It must weight the truck down. It must be part of something, obviously. So I can't wait to see what that fits into. I mean, it's very heavy. And then we have some eye screws, or I'm assuming they're eye screws. I don't think we're up to L yet, are we? Oh, we are, and they don't look anything like this. So these must be eye screws. So these are all the pieces for pack or issue 29. It's 4 eye screws, a pole, which looks like it might have a magnet on the end here. I don't know or not. And this heavy chunk of metal. Let's see what we're going to be doing first. So we are going to be bringing back the outrigger section we did before, right here. And this heavy piece of metal goes in just like this. Slides right in there. And it's in here, another one here, and down here are 3 screw holes, which, you guessed it, those eye screws are going to go into. So that solid piece is now in there. And guess what? This is done. So you've got the outrigger, and this is quite heavy. And we have this leftover piece right here, which is curious. What are they calling that piece? Cab button push tool. So I have a funny feeling this is what you use to push the buttons in the cab. But before we complete this, it's only going to be a split second to you, but I want to weigh this. So I just weighed this piece, and it's 1.2 pounds. That for that one component alone, that is really heavy. This vehicle is going to be really heavy when we get it complete. Next stage is 30. So let's get this out of the package. Actually, here's the components for stage 30. Besides the boom arm, there is the rear diamond plate section. There is a canister. The cap for the canister, or actually it might be the cap for this right here, which is a fluid tank, because there's a hole on the top of this right here, which I bet this is where this goes. And of course, you know, there is the boom arm you saw in the previous shot. So the first thing we're going to do is exactly as I thought. We're going to be putting this cap onto this fluid tank right here. I don't know if we're going to have to use some super glue or not, so let's take a look at that. We'll do a dry fit. And that is a pressure fit. It goes right onto there. Next, we're going to take this section of rear diamond plating right here, and this fluid tank, it goes on right here. The one hole is bigger than the other, so it can only go on one particular way. Okay, now it's not particularly tight fitting on there, so I'm going to roll this over to the other side. Here are the two shafts, so I'm actually going to put some super glue on the rear to hold that, so I don't have to worry about it marring the other side. Take a paper towel and wipe any leftover off of it. And now that's held on there real nice and secure. Now while we still have the diamond plate oriented this way, we're going to take this canister, and there is a nozzle, as you can see right here. Okay, this is going to face the long edge right here the same way as this is the top for the fluid tank over here. We're going to put this right here. And there are two, just like the other one. One hole's bigger than the other, so this really can only fit in one way. Now this snapped in pretty secure, but much like the other one, we're going to just add a little bit of super glue here. And believe it or not, this stage is done. You've got some rope here, which I guess we're not using, and we're not using this carriage assembly yet. So that is it for stage 30. And that is it for pack 4. We are all done.
So that brings us to the end of pack 4 of the Fire Department Ladder Truck number 9 by Agora Models. We did some interesting stuff, small stages today, but I think we got a lot done. We got these operating outriggers. We got some detail up here with the fisherman's, here I go again, with the fireman's pole up here. We did some cabinet work on both sides with opening doors. We put that heavy piece of metal in there to give this thing some weight, 1¼ pounds. So, fun build. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you want to see more of what we're doing, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when those new videos come out, hit the bell. I'll put a link below to any of the tools and supplies that I used here today, and to Agora Models, so you can sign up for this model or one of their other models. So until next time, I'm Steve. Thanks for stopping by the Maker's Cave.